content is not for everyone. No, Evan sure told me, goddarn it. My content is not everybody, and that's okay. No, Evan sure told me, goddammit. Always be yourself. An individual will monitor, monitoring spirits will, project on you and cast spell work illusions, all types of stuff at the end of the day, so you won't even understand your vocabulary. Confidence, be your authentic self. No other trait of me. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Even when it has to take a hate train to make you feel like you're not worthy of choosing you, or someone trying to project you to be homeless or rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, or even try to energy harvest off your energy. Even send spell work towards you, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Never lose hope. That's what comes with growth. Allowing your mind to think, hold on one second, that strategy is different. Strategies hits different because the mind, the vessel hits different. Only was hold on one second, you outgrew the old, the understanding new, the self-reflection. Hold on one second. If I choose me, yeah, they gonna overlook me, but I got potential to actually become my best soul vision of myself, even when folks not rooting for me. Hope is going to bother certain folks' mental health. They got to send spell work and attacks away, put at your doorstep, all because you understood overcoming pain, still being patient with time and day. Hold on one second. I matter. Faith hits different when they would never understand your vocabulary, overcoming what you've been through. Hold on one second. That ain't just different. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully, even when folks don't understand your vision. And you tie your shoe differently. You wasn't running from he say, she say, taking accountability for your actions. Hold on one second. I wasn't running from my past that day. It be the train of thought for me. How folks, they got one up on you at the end of the day. But hold on one second. They ain't like the fact that you want to be comfortable in your own skin, where you wasn't trying to run from what you did that day. Taking accountability for your actions and maturing and outgrowing the old. Can't nobody tell your life better than you. Even when they ear hustle, didn't matter what tax bracket, content, is zip code. I say that respectfully. How folks want to be the third whale so bad. The third whale so bad when it comes to your storytelling. At the end of the day, all the lies they had to do. Hold on one second, you wasn't losing. So when it came to concentration, them in your life. My content is not for everybody. Gang stalking is real to your household. And you don't have to do it for likes and views of cloud chasing or fame. Regardless to who has me shadow banned, or what man or woman is threatening my life, or who's gang stalking me, or who's astro traveling to me, or who's a monitoring spirit, or who is sending spell work to try to bring confusion in my life. When I say, hold on one second, I'd rather step out my comfort zone, from going from point A to Z, how folks want you to be living in fear, but hold on one second, that motivation is different. I love myself. Never allow someone to project fear in you when you're willing to choose you. Healing trauma and pain is not a race or overnight process. It was not I outdo my neighbor better than them. When we all don't pray the same, but when God gives you an intuition of you becoming your best self vision of yourself, can't nobody take that drive away from you. Even when they try to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, even try to make you homeless, make sure that you're not able to provide for yourself or your family. Make sure that you want to empty something because they got to throw spoken and tax away, or they know certain folks in different departments when it comes to HRA. No, that's straight over me. Didn't matter if it was that bank teller, that person on the phone with hidden agendas. When it came to hold on one second, I'm going to represent myself as someone I truly wasn't. It'd be the train of thought for me. Did it matter? It was that HRA department at the end of the day. The ones in the background trying to paint you out to be 730, said that your elevator don't work, but you truly understood growth. You actually want to think for yourself, and they try to paint you to be mentally unstable. All because, hold on one second, someone to control the narrative of your life that day. My content is not for everyone. I would never hurt myself regardless to who has me shadow banned, or who's threatening my life, or who's monitoring my every move and telling folks that I don't even know, or telling folks that became my enemy and I was never their enemy at the end of the day, or whatever hate train that was. I would never hurt myself. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. We all don't pray the same, and that's okay, because when God sends the right people into your life, that motivation, that drive is different. Folks actually know how to stay in their lane when it comes to vocabulary. Hold on one second. When it comes to their conscience, hold on one second. I was actually cheering you on with no misintentions. I ain't have to send sport towards you, or hold on one second, send you the evil lie. Hold on one second. I understood what you've been through when it came to, hold on one second. You almost lost yourself when it came to that testimony. But I'm very so much thankful that God blessed you to allow me to see to have a conversation with you. When God sends the right people into your life, it's not I'll outdo you better than your trauma. It's not I'll outdo you better than growth. It's not I'll outdo you better than when you're willing to choose you. No. Because individuals that's truly for you, they fall from haters. They don't got to send spoke energy, harvest of your energy, or send you the evil eye, or gang up with that hate train, or hack your devices, or emails, accounts, or whatever the case may be, or monitor your mail, or monitor your packages, and make sure that you don't get it so they can paint you to be a crash out. You know how that person is praying for you that you don't know, or that person that you outgrew that chapter at the end of the day? And they patiently waiting. They put a bid on you at the end of the day. They put so much money on your head that they can't wait for you to become a crash out. Because they can't wait to see you homeless. They can't wait to see you in a mindset you're not able to take care of yourself. They can't wait to see you in a mindset. Where's your faith at now? Where's your God at now? What happened to your motivation when it comes to your strategies? I was never in competition. I ain't have to know you for you send spoke in front of my door, let alone when it comes to my mental health, when it comes to me maturing. That ain't just different. When folks said at the end of the day you was boring, being authentic, but they sitting back taking notes, telling the next person, hold on 1 second, get every move, but hold on 1 second. They was truly in lack of self-control. Yeah, they was. You know why? Because someone that truly loves themselves is not going to gather up with a hate train. Someone that truly loves themselves is not going to send someone an evil lie or project spoke in a toxic way. Good day, bad day, or misunderstood day. Because when someone is truly not for you, they try to find other goals to pour into themselves. They find other ways to love themselves, to pour into themselves, to fix what was going on within them from a child point of view going into their adulthood. You know, healing trauma and pain. They be trying to thought for me. Hold on 1 second. I got this thought today. I could become my best self vision of myself. I wasn't trying to lose myself. But folks don't think like that. Or because they see at the end of the day, you was willing to choose yourself and you was far from whack. No, and the trick on me. No, this type of stuff actually happens. You know, my content is not for everybody. Today's currently October 20th, 2025. I would never hurt myself regardless to what man or woman is projecting spoke towards me or child. It's projecting spoke towards me or sending me the evil eye or whatever monitoring spirits or anybody gang stalk me or hacking my devices, accounts, and emails and monitor my every move. I would never hurt myself or others around me. And I say that respectfully. You know, when God sends the right people into your life, y'all may not have the same blood type. Y'all may not come from poverty and pain. But hold on 1 second, that motivation is different. Who would have knew that two people could be on the same page? I actually respect my neighbor. I ain't got to send him an evil lie. Because if you're not for me at the end of the day, I keep it pushing when it comes to growth and maturing. Not to dim my light. Because who wants to catch karma? It'd be the train of thought for me. Your Honor. It'd be the train of thought for me. Always be yourself with no misintentions. I would never hurt myself regardless of what next door neighbor, any tax bracket, is trying to blackmail me against me. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. No mother or father should lose a child, or a family member should lose a child due to jealousy, envy, or insecurity, or someone projecting spoke towards somebody, or someone sending a child the evil lie, or someone has malicious intentions to project a hate crime, or to rob somebody mentally, spiritually, or financially, or because that child had trauma and pain, regardless they came from poverty and pain, but they was never doing it for likes and views or clout chasing or fame. When they knew how to meet someone halfway. But because someone has insecurity problems and jealousy and envy within them at the end of the day, they didn't want you to see your own potential, so they had to gather a hate train. No mother and father should lose a child like that. And I say that respectfully. You know, no mother or father should lose a child due to someone's lack of self-control, because a mother knows how to pour into their child, a father knows how to pour into their child, regardless if they came from poverty and pain, regardless if they didn't get the proper love and nourishment at the end of the day when it comes to someone truly pouring into them. You know, that mother and father knew how to protect that baby, but someone decided to strip that baby out of the mother's hands at the end of the day. That's still trying to heal. That's still trying to cope with the thought at the end of the day, I can't protect my baby. You know, how does that feel to a father? A one that's not doing it for likes, if he's a cloud chasing or fame. That actually knows how to show up good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. You know, sick days. You know, even good days, even prank days. It'd be the train of thought for me. But knowing at the end of the day, a system, an individual lacks self-control, allowed them to feel that family did not matter. But they always prayed for better days ahead. They said that God is real because if God wasn't real, I wouldn't have the strength to maintain standing before myself today. I'm fighting because one day someone will see me and hear me and allow me to see at the end of the day, my voice did matter. And only rest the hold on 1 second. your child will be in your hands one day to overcome that pain. You know, my content is not for everyone, and that's okay. You know, you could call me whack and corny or whatever the case may be, disrespect me, but I would never hurt myself. I don't play with spoke. I don't energy harvest. My name is energy, and I don't send my neighbor the evil eye. And I never signed up for someone's one-sided ass contract. And I said respectfully. And it's not a crime to be authentic. No mother or father, regardless to what's going on with their circumstances in the day, if it's the divorcee household or not, or domestic violence household or not, no child should go hungry. And for someone to sit there and say, ah, that's funny, God is a provider. And when God is a provider at the end of the day, it was never for likes and views. When that child actually prayed to that mother that day, I'm just hungry. And no mother or father should have to starve because the enemy or the devil said at the end of the day, you're not worthy of the proper nourishments in your body. How someone was judged and disrespect until it's someone else's household that took that narrative at the end of the day. And then you realize, hold on a second. You know what? I wouldn't want someone to do that to my child. Even when my time expires in this thing called Earth. Because we do live in the spiritual world. It'd be the train of thought for me. When certain folks don't even have a soul. You know, my content is not for everybody. I don't wish that on no child. To be starving. To be homeless. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding. But you know what? And part of people text messages, emails, and conversations, they laugh at stuff like that. They said, I can't wait for that mother and father to be homeless. I can't wait to see at the end of the day that social worker that I'm paying off or that therapist that I'm paying off make sure that they take the documentation and project it against that baby. So that baby will be stripped out of that parent's household, or that baby will be stripped away from that mother because that mother and father, because they saying that mother and father is an unfit parent. After someone decide to energy harvest and project spell work towards that baby and that mother and father, that ain't God. We all don't pray the same, and I'm far from a hater, regardless of your pain. I'm not here to respect, and I would never hurt myself. I'm healing from a hate crime that was done to me, regardless of who has me shadow banned or not. You said I'm whack and I'm corny, I'm a nobody. That's fine. It's another content creator or other things that you can watch or be entertained by instead of watching me disturb your own peace. How individuals will watch you within watching you because they don't want you to believe in your faith. They gang stalk you, hack your devices, accounts, emails, monitor your mails, even monitor your screen or as to your devices. And then say that you're mentally unstable because, hold on one second, you saw what they just did. And they said that nobody's going to believe you. They even put you part of conversations that you was never part of at the end of the day. They will project spell work towards people that want to love you or do business with you or help you or whatever the case may be. Or they will blackmail you against you because why? You decide to say, you know what? I may be in a rocky situation right now. But this fight right now, I cannot allow the devil or the enemy to make me feel like I'm not worthy. As long as I know I keep trying, regardless if I didn't have my mother and father by my side or I didn't have the proper nourishments or the proper people giving me the proper support at the end of the day. You know, you ever heard someone say that you're stupid, slow, and retarded, but then in front of everybody else, they look at you at the end of the day? You're just crazy. But they never took the time to actually get to know you. Until God removed you. Until a chapter actually become irrelevant to realize, hold on one second, they were supposed to be part of you. Regardless of your mother, your father, regardless of that stranger in the street, or regardless it was that person that said we family. We didn't have to be blood related so we can be on the same page. You know those days when you showed up for folks and they met you halfway? Or you showed up for folks and they felt at the end of the day that you wasn't worthy, so they wanted to control the narrative of who you was. But it's so many days that done went by, whatever the case may be, they would never be able to have that conversation with you ever again in life. Because you showed up for someone that didn't know how to show up for you. Only was, hold on one second, God didn't allow you to lose you. I may not make sense to the average person, but never give up on yourself when someone didn't know how to love you, respect you, protect you, or make you feel like you wasn't worthy, and say that respectfully. Individuals will try to energy harvest off your energy, or project support towards you, or even try to blackmail you against you, all because you're willing to choose you. Never give up on yourself, and I say respectfully. Peace and respect to neighbor. Stop the violence. Hi to the genuine one, darling. Hi. Hold on a second. You have broken promise. Don't dim your light. You have broken promise. Don't dim love, respect, and my content is not for everybody. You know, regards to the cream, it scars behind it at the end of the day. I know I'm beautiful. You know, folks would try to project insecurity on you. They can't wait to plot on you to do it again. Regardless of you revealing the devil, let alone the enemy, because it's someone at the end of the day that truly sees you to understand what you overcame. You are worthy. I wish I had the same strength. You know, that's the type of stuff that actually happens. How folks see that you have strength. When individuals will project spell work or energy harvest off your energy, or, you know, do things to make you feel like at the end of the day, you're not worthy of being in the same conversation with people. You're not worthy of certain topics. You're not worthy of talking about this. You're not worthy of talking about that. You're not worthy of choosing you. You know how many people you least expected to hear at the end of the day? You're not worthy of choosing you. Because they want to drain you. They want to make sure that you don't put the proper nourishment in your body. They want to make sure at the end of the day, your God ain't real. Because I want to do everything in my power, then that's what they saying. To make you feel like at the end of the day, you don't believe in hope. You don't believe in balance. You don't believe in faith. You don't believe in your worth. It's a train of thought for me. It's an individual that's dealing with domestic violence situations right now. That's asking for a cry for help. It's an individual that dealt with a hate crime. Nobody believes them. How someone just walked away. How it's individuals that are dealing with at the end of the day. Someone casting spell work towards them. Someone gang stalking them. You know, the story continues to go on. When it comes to, hold on 1 second, your beginning. Can nobody tell your life story better than you? Even when they try to blackmail you, and I say that respectfully, and especially when I'm doing it for likes and views. Never allow a man or woman to make you feel like you gotta live in fear, because your voice does matter. And I say that respectfully. You know, strength is different. I walk my talk, but I can't see my light. Hold on 1 second. Be mindful what you say. The light was always within you. You had trust issues when it comes to, hold on 1 second, confidence. It always lied within you. Having the potential to believe in your faith. Hold on 1 second. That sacrifice hits different when God actually showed you balance. Hold on 1 second. Overcoming those mistakes. You know, everybody's walk of life ain't the same. You never thought you was better than nobody, but God actually allowed you to feel that, hold on 1 second, you was worthy of pouring into yourself another day. You know, when the devil, the enemy, try to stop you, God was actually showing you what God spent the block for you. Imagine speaking up for yourself, but they don't understand God's remedy. How your heart still beats at the end of the day being motivated when they try to discourage you. You know how that next door neighbor in different tax bracket telling you every move you're supposed to live in fear, they was laughing at your pain at the end of the day, talking about they gonna make sure they strip everything away from you. They gonna paint you out to be a crash out, all because you wouldn't choose you. You know, everybody's walk of life ain't the same. Taking the first step to go within, only was to hold on 1 second, you could truly understand your own pain. Regardless of what someone's projecting towards you, everybody does, life ain't the same when it comes to having mommy and daddy issues at the end of the day. And you don't always have to have mommy and daddy issues, because you could have had a mother that was in your life, but she just didn't have the proper tools to love you properly, because she was going through her own mental health crisis at the end of the day. Maybe she wouldn't be real with you to tell you how she truly felt. Or you probably didn't have the pops at the end of the day to truly protect you. Hold on 1 second, because he was trying to escape. You know, because folks try to rekindle things that's already dead. They would never understand. I understood that, hold on 1 second, I am worthy to outgrow the pain. You know, everybody, life is not the same. It doesn't matter if you had a mother or father in the household, because there could be certain chapters of your life where they didn't show up for you. They didn't know how to protect you, respect you, or love you properly. Let alone, they didn't know, because they didn't hear your voice. But you are worthy, and your voice does matter to allow you to feel like you can truly heal. And you're not doing it for likes and music, cloud chasing, or fame. And I say it respectfully, nay, but we ain't the same. You know, my content is not everybody. I never switched up when it comes to my content. It just got better with time and day. Regardless who threatens my life and say at the end of the day, this is they flow. Nah, this is God's remedy. I'm only being authentic. I'm far from a copycat. I've been doing this content by myself since day one. You know, folks who try to take credit for your creativity. Folks who try to dim your light. Folks who try to do so much things so you won't believe in yourself. They would try to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, even make you homeless, even try to steal your blueprint, all because they got control and interest. If you train the thought for me. Something that you didn't have to run from was he said, she said. Taking accountability for your actions, you wasn't running from your past. They would never understand. Hold on 1 second. Me and God was only on the same page. When you understand my worth, when it comes to my faith. You know, folks will be like, I'm rooting for you, only just to disrespect you, only to blackmail you against you, only to try to control the narrative, only rest the hold on 1 second. God allowed you to see the devil on the enemy to truly protect you. You know, my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. Nah, the trade don't be my content, everybody. Okay. No, the trade don't me. You know, to the women out there, whatever the case may be, you know, big, small, skinny, whatever the case may be. No, the trade don't me. You ever realize you had that good bra, that good sports bra, and you start to lose weight, but you realize, hold on 1 second, what happened? You know, the good bra and the good sports bra don't be good no more. And the trade over me. You ever held on to something for so long and realized, hold on 1 second, this can't do me wrong. You ever had that one bra store that you go into, or whatever the case may be, that's no longer available? No, it's the trade that's over me. And especially when you big on the top. It don't matter if you're small, big, or not. When the thing is big up top, it's like, hey, it's what I get, bro. No, the trade over me. When you realize your goods bra store ain't around no more, and you gotta be comfortable in your own skin, and hold on 1 second. I don't care what the world gotta say about these things, as long as I'm making it from point A to Z. My strength, I got this. No, the trade don't me. And when you start to lose the weight, it's like, dang. That was the only thing at the end of the day I could really rely on when it comes to my concentration with the goddamn hell. No, the trade thought, because once you start going to new bra stores, whatever the case may be, it's really, you know, it's hard to come across a fit that's fit for you. No, the trade though, you ever had that one Pacific specialist that came to you and said, you know what, I think this is a good fit for you. I don't think not. Part of your conversation, dim your light somewhere else. Hey, the trade though, I know what I want and I know what company I'm looking for. No, the trade though, it ain't about just the bra. It's about the quantity. You know, my content, everybody, and that's okay. Entertainment purpose only. You ever been minding your business within minding your business? And you know, you start to outgrow certain conversations when it comes to be mature. Hacking your body weight. No, that's the trade though for me. You ever realize at the end of the day, when you start to date someone, it's like, you know, ain't nothing wrong with a salad date. That may go over some folks' heads in the day, but there's nothing wrong with having a salad and some pasta with somebody. You know, I never heard someone say at the end of the day, you cheap. Oh, something really wrong with your IQ score. No, for real, bro. I never saw someone sitting somewhere with their phone and say, so you mean to tell me that it was 79 cents for them noodles? It was on sale for $2.19, and you mean to tell me you got the salad on sale for $1.19, the dressing on sale for $2.25, you got the onion for 25 cents, you got the croutons on sale 2 for $5. You know what? The devil's a goddamn lie. But you know, when someone truly appreciates in the day, they ain't doing all that. You know why? Because they want to spend time with you. Hit the trade of you, not for me. Next. No, for real, I never understood this. If you're going to date somebody at the end of the day, date them for who they are. Because at the end of the day, ain't nobody got time to be wasted today. Thank you for allowing me to see who you are at the door. You know, being on a budget sometimes, and not even just being on a budget, but people be doing a little bit too much when it comes to their brain cells at the end of the day. How you can say you want to be on the same page with somebody, but they can't even be comfortable in their own skin when it comes to their vocabulary, because you want to try to project lust and so much so you know how to make you comfortable in your own skin. Only rest the hold on 1 second, someone didn't give you butterflies. Only rest the hold on 1 second, that devil was telling so many lies, because the innocent person had to realize I wasn't trying to lose my skills. Hold on 1 second, because God allowed me to see my knowledge. My power was within me. I understood that last relationship was truly complicated. At the end of the day, it was lust. Hold on 1 second, malicious intentions. And you took them out, you wasn't the same. Only reason, hold on 1 second, we was never on the same page. Only reason, hold on 1 second, God allowed me to feel. Why ain't waste my time and day? No, it's I gotta go. Have a good day. You know, my content is not for everyone. It's not. I may not be funny to you. I may not be entertaining to you. And that's cool. You know, regardless to who has me shadow banned or who's monitoring my every move at the end of the day, I would never hurt myself, and I say respectfully. Always be yourself and no intentions. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I'm healing from a hate crime that was done to me. I'm far from a catfish, and I'm far from a hater. I know how to give respect and credit due when it's due, and give flowers when it's due at the end of the day. Always be yourself. I would never hurt myself, and I say respectfully. It was more so 1, 2. It was RESPT. Yo, 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 hold on 1 second. Neighbor, neighbor, don't dim your light. Catch your blessings. Miracle, miracle, hold on 1 second. Was never competition, far from a hater. I knew how to hold my own weight, and I don't mean narcotics. Holding myself accountable for my acts, they would never understand it. Hold on 1 second. God should allow me to overcome that season. Hold on 1 second. I may not make sense to the average person, but I ain't have to dibble and dabble with spell work alone, send my neighbor the evil lie. Hold on 1 second, then look at you like competition, because hold on 1 second, the devil's telling so many lies. Love yourself, never dim your light. You're mad or you're worthy, don't dim your light. Hold on 1 second. You know, healing childhood trauma going to your adulthood. It's not a race overnight process, and I say it respectfully. Always be yourself. Your voice does matter. It's not a crime to be authentic. You know, individuals try to get you out of character, try to antagonize you. They try to find so many different strategies to project fear in you. They would send folks that's an addict. They would send folks in different tax brackets. They would send that mother or father or that stranger at the end of the day, if they're a single parent household or not. Or regardless, they came from poverty and pain. They would pay them with substances. They would pay them with cash, gift cards, just to try to dim your light. When it comes to gang stalking, never give up on yourself. When it comes to hold on 1 second, you are worthy. I may not make sense to the average person, and that's okay. I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. I love to talk about love. Never said don't be God got it. Love is real, love is one of a kind. What the right one truly for you. That energy is different. True love. Who would have knew someone allowed you to feel that true love wasn't supposed to hurt? You know, true love wasn't a gamble. Because someone truly understood your intuition. It wasn't a joke when it comes to your mental. You know, someone bringing peace into your life. Who would have knew the proper peace that God allowed you to see while you truly healed to go within? When someone brought you balance when it comes to your conscience. Hold on 1 second, being emotionally available. You know, your boundaries hits different when it comes to overcoming your past. Someone truly showed they could fill shoes when it comes to hold on 1 second. True love can truly last. I may not make sense to the average person, but true love wasn't lust. Who would have knew that it was a win, not a loss? Because hold on 1 second, God chose you. You know, when it came to that conversation, you know, folks destroyed your character traits. You had to find balance. The only way to hold on 1 second, you wasn't trying to lose yourself when it come to your mental health. You know, when the devil, the own enemy, the outside world, sending spell work in a toxic way to say that you're mentally ill, or even project spell work or send you the evil lie, they would never understand God was far from a lie. You prayed when you least expected, going within, asking God to pour into you when it comes to your nourishment. God gave you a vocabulary they can relate to. Who would have knew that someone didn't have to pull a card on you to actually know you? The energy is different. I love myself, not to dim my light. I love myself, not to dim my light. I love me to choose me. That's what you said that day. Looking in the mirror, only was the hold on 1 second. God allowed you to see time and day. It was the light within you when it comes to unconditional love. Who would have knew that confidence looks beautiful on you? You know, my content is not for everybody. You know, when the right person walks into your life, it was never for likes and views and cloud chasing or fame. They ain't had to play with spell work to gamble your feelings. You know, being emotionally available and intelligent, because they wasn't having their cake and eat it too when it came to you, because they only saw you. Someone didn't have to switch up on you, just show you, hold on 1 second, true love is beautiful. You know, someone actually made sense that day. Every day moving forward, praying for not against you, someone truly cheering you on up close and personal behind closed doors, allowing you to feel like you overcame that storm. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I would never hurt myself, regardless who's trying to project harm towards me. You know, gang stalking is real, and I say this respectfully. You know, individuals have me shadow banned or whatever the case may be. They trying to rob me mentally, spiritually, financially, or trying to make me feel like I'm supposed to be a crash out because they're willing to make me homeless, send spell work towards me, or even send me an evil eye, or even play with my numbers. But I don't live in fear, and I would never hurt myself. They can't wait to say, where's your God at now? But regardless of what zip code, continent, borough, or whatever the case may be, God allows me to be, I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. Just because that relationship didn't see you, just because that mentor didn't know how to respect you, just because that doctor didn't know how to respect you, just because that lawyer didn't know how to respect you, just because certain individuals didn't know how to respect you when it comes to certain subjects, the right people see you, hear you, respect you. with no misintentions. You don't have to be aggressive. You don't have to bring harm towards nobody. You don't have to project spell towards anybody or send an evil lie or go to that terror, that karmic, that witch, that warlock, that coven, or that code, or whatever the case may be. Because we all don't have that same mindset. And I say that respectfully. You know, individuals say I'm disrespectful because I talk like this. I'm stupid, I'm slow, I'm retarded because I talk like this. I'm not worthy of choosing myself because I talk like this. You know, individuals will take your kindness or weakness and have a whole hate train against you, regardless of what department of HRA or what department or anybody's customer service or whatever community someone's in when it comes to. So even if someone didn't come from poverty and pain, or if they came from poverty and pain, they would say nobody will ever believe you because at the end of the day, a whole way. And I don't mean narcotics, but everybody's tax bracket is different at the end of the day. But I'm far from a hater. It's a chain of thought for me. How when your enemy gathers folks to go against you, and then when you speak up for yourself, you're wrong to protect yourself. Because any father, regardless if he's getting old or not and losing the strength of his legs or his hands, I don't wish bad on nobody, or he's having good days, bad days, or he was so used to doing certain things to protect his household or couldn't protect his baby girl or baby boy at that time and frame, he still finds the strength to still pour into his child. He would still look at his child every single day and say, I'm proud of him that you spoke up for yourself. Because at the end of the day, never allow someone to make you feel like you gotta live in fear from going from point A to Z. It's a chain of thought for me. You know, because you can know somebody in a part of a chapter that they're not part of right now. Or someone wants to make themselves so relevant in your life, but they're not part of that conversation. Or you don't have to know someone at the end of the day for them to become your enemy. And they will gather folks in different tags, brackets, or whatever the case may be to go against you, to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, or project spell towards you or send you the evil lie, or continue to tell lies about you. Or tell lies about you because they got controlling issues, they got mental health problems, they got identity crisis, or whatever the case may be. Or they trying to project a hate train towards you when it comes to robbing you mentally, spiritually, financially, or projecting you to be homeless, or projecting a hate crime towards you, or projecting bad on you, not good. All because you walked away, all because you went into self-control, all because you're not pouring into them, all because you're protecting your energy and they can't energy harvest off your energy. How individuals will say they protect and spoke on you from the time that you walk out your house and go from point A to Z at the end of the day. It's not a crime for someone to leave out their household and go from point A to Z when they please to. It's a chain of thought for me. You know, my content is not for everyone. How gang stalking is real, how individuals will monitor your pockets, project spork on you, monitor you in every single move. From the time that you go from this store, go to that laundromat, go to that bank, go to that person, see that person, go to that person, say hi to your neighbor. It'd be a chain of thought for me. They want to know everything about you just to blackmail you against you. Or because they want to energy harvest off your energy. Or because they want to project spork towards you or send you the evil lie. You know, my content is not for everyone. You know, gang stalking is real. Individuals will hack your devices, monitor your screens, and then say that you didn't just see it at the end of the day because they want to make you out to be a crash out. They will hack your emails, your accounts. They will control your accounts. And then when you speak up for yourself, they say that you're mentally unstable, you're incoherent, or they want to use your documentation to blackmail you in the future so you won't elevate in life. They want to make sure that you're homeless, you're not able to take care of yourself, to be able to put the proper nourishments in your body. Just like a salad. It'd be the train of thought for me. Or they will project sport towards you, energy harvest off your energy, or send you an evil lie. You don't have to know individuals for them to project sport on you. You can have a conversation one time or once with somebody one time. You can say good day, hello to somebody, thank you, no thank you at the end of the day. And damn sure the devil's a lie. Only for someone to gang stalk you. Only for hold on 1 second. You didn't have to know them. You know, my content is not for everyone. It's not. And loving yourself is not a crime. Today is currently October 20th, 2025. Regardless if you have a speech problem, a disability problem, never allow someone to tell you who you are because they want to control the narrative of who you are at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully. Everybody's pain doesn't show up the same. You know, all help ain't good help. Someone can say they will help you with the door and then try to bring harm towards you, trying to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, or paint you out to be the villain in their story. Or someone would say, I will carry your bags for you, only to try to paint you out to be the villain in their story because they wanted to take your kindness and weakness, and they said that nobody will ever believe you. How does this stuff actually happens? Or individuals will come into your life that you don't even have to know and presents themselves as to somebody they truly not at the end of the day. Just to play you close to see what you got going on in your life. How your pockets is flowing, who's loving you, who's respecting you, who's showing up for you when you're having good and bad days, when you're dealing with depression, anxiety, PTSD, they want to get all in your business just to blackmail you against you. Or they would even pay people in different tax brackets to air hustle in different tax brackets in different communities, like your neighbor. Didn't matter your tax bracket. Didn't matter if it was the neighbor, the next zip code, or the next continent at the end of the day. How folks say, I know people that know people, I know people that know people that know people. And because people say, I know people that know people that know people at the end of the day, don't nobody F with you. It's a chain of thought for me. Just because that group of people don't mess with you, that group of people don't talk to you, the people that's truly for you at the end of the day, they see you, they hear you, they respect you with no misintentions, and they're not gathering with a hate train before actually getting to know you. It's a chain of thought for me because we all don't show up the same when it comes to hold on 1 second. Good day, neighbor. My content is not for everybody. Gang stalking is real to your household, and you're not doing it for likes, views, or clout, chase, and fame. Never give up on yourself when someone says you don't got potential. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. Hi to the genuine ones. Hey, I'm peace. I bring peace. Peace and respect. Don't dim your light. Don't dim your light. Don't dim your light. Miracles are on the way. Miracles are on the way. The devil tried to stop you. The enemy tried to side you. God got your back. God G-O-D. The good God, not the devil. I don't worship the devil. My soul was never for sale. Yeah, I'm a puppet, but I respect my neighbor. Far from a hater, neighbor. Stop the violence! You are worthy. Never give up on yourself when they send you the evil eye, or if they have to do things together, a hate train to go up against you. Never give up on yourself. Gotta go! I'm Naya, Junior Love Respect, and I will never hurt myself. Have a safe year, day, even, week, weekend, humanity worthy. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater, what about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater, what about you? Stop the violence in the community, stop the violence in the community. I'm Naya, Junior Love Respect, and my content is not for everybody. It's not a crime to be authentic. It doesn't matter what tax bracket someone's in, someone will try to bully you out of you choosing yourself. I don't live in fear, and I would never hurt myself regardless to what man or woman is threatening my life or a child. And I say that respectfully. I don't dibble and dabble with magic, spell work, or sending my neighbor the evil eye. I pray for my neighbor, not against my neighbor. And I say respectfully, regardless to who's trying to blackmail me against me, can nobody tell your story, your life, better than you, regardless at the end of the day, who they are. And I say that respectfully, because ain't nobody walking in your shoes. And especially when you don't run from your past. That growth is different. I would never hurt myself. A mother and father that's not doing it for likes, views, clout chasing, or fame, or a family member that actually pours into their family member or their child, they will want their child to be in a society, the proper community at the end of the day, for individuals not to project sport towards them, individuals not to send them evil eye, or their children not to be in a mental state of mind of someone energy harvesting up their energy, or someone trying to rob them mentally, spiritually, or financially. Nobody should lose their life going from point A to Z. It should be no reason why a mother or father is getting a phone call at the end of the day, all because their child decided to go to the store, all because someone lacks self-control when it comes to hold on 1 second. Someone knew how to protect their baby. Someone was praying for their child that day. They say God not real. Protect your child. Protect yourself. Protect your energy. You're mad and you're worthy. The devil comes in different shapes and sizes. The enemy comes in different shapes and sizes. My content is not for everybody. Individuals will project their insecurity on you, and you don't even have to know them. Someone will hate the fact that you are beautiful. Someone will hate the fact that you're more gifted, spiritually gifted than them. Or someone doesn't like the fact that at the end of the day, they probably project spoke on you at the end of the day. And you keep showing up for yourself. Someone's trying to ruin your life, and you keep showing up for yourself. Someone doesn't like that. How this type of stuff actually happens. Or people just gravitate to you because you're just authentic and you don't have to try hard to be yourself. But there'll be individuals in different tags bracket in the background trying to dim your light, paint you up to be mentally unstable, crazy, or whatever the case may be. You know, because people pick and choose who can talk about God, spirituality, healing, love, domestic violence, hate crime, or just choosing yourself when it comes to healthy, knowing your worth, or even parenting. You know, being a mother and father was never for likes, he was a cloud chasing a fame. There's mothers and fathers in the day that don't energy harvest of their children energy, that don't project sport towards their baby, that don't send their baby the evil eye. Everybody's not the same. You're mad and you're worthy, regardless of keeping poverty and pain. When it comes to my creativity, regardless to what man or woman or child is trying to blackmail me, I work alone when it comes to my creativity. I never gave nobody permission to use my personal information to blackmail me against me. I never gave anybody permission to hack my devices or monitor my every move when it comes to my activities, what I do on my devices. Or let alone, I didn't sign up for someone to gang stalk me, and I say respectfully, regardless to what neighbor it is, regardless to what tax bracket they in. How individuals that you don't even have to know, or you probably came by in passing, telling your enemy your every move, or telling your enemy what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. How this type of stuff actually happens when it comes to gang stalking. You don't have to know somebody for someone to monitor you when it comes to monitoring spirits. We live in a spiritual world, and I would never hurt myself regardless to who's trying to blackmail me against me. I'm healing from a hate crime that was done to me, and I would never hurt myself or my peers around me, regardless if they elderly or not. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I'm far from a hater. Today's currently October 20th, 2025. Always be yourself, and it's currently 10:51 p.m. You know, when it comes to my creativity, I work alone, and I always have since day one. You know, individuals try to take credit for your creativity when it comes to God flow, but God will always give you your flowers. Only have to hold on 1 second, that knowledge is different, because God allows you to motivate every single day. They will never understand why you was willing to choose yourself to go within. I don't remember from my past. You know, individuals that see potential within you, they will monitor your every move for years and months at a time, even dig up your past, pay people that's in a tough financial stability situation or whatever the case may be, when they're not even part of your chapter today. They would try to project spell work on you, do the most toxic things towards you, so you would dim your light. But never allow that to make you feel like you can't choose you. And I say that respectfully, because growth is different when you're willing to go within. Changing the mindset, loving you. You know, God was never for like he was a cloud chasing no fame. I'm far from a hater. I don't worship the devil, and my soul is never for sale. Always be yourself. I never gave nobody permission to monitor my every move when it comes to hacking my devices, regardless to what tax bracket you in, regardless to who has me shadow banned or who said that my voice does not matter at the end of the day. I would never hurt myself, and it's not a crime to speak up for yourself. I never was trying to hurt myself or my peers around me, regardless if they was older than me or not. Always be yourself with no messengers. I don't dibble and dabble, spark, or send people the evil eye, or put it in front of their door. No, it's the truth. All be yourself, but no malicious. We all not the same neighbor name. I'm far from a hater. Always be yourself. Peace and respect, some respect, some neighbors of the ones you met around all them. You're like, gotta go, neighbor, all them. You're like, gotta go, stop the violence. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I work alone when it comes to my creativity. I get my creativity from my Heavenly Mother and my Heavenly Father God. And I say respectfully, always be yourself when someone says you don't have potential. You matter, you are worthy when they overlooked you. Because the right people see you, hear you, respect you, they act in their body weight and their shoe size, regardless if they came from poverty and pain. They ain't have to send you spoke or send you the evil eye. Because when they not for you, they know how to keep it pushing. And when they for you, they don't got malicious intentions. They're not trying to outdo you better than you. Because that motivation is different. Who would have known that God truly show you that the folks that's truly for you see your potential. Always be yourself, regardless to who didn't know how to love you, respect you, protect you, who didn't know how to meet you halfway, who disrespect you that day, who didn't know how to pour into you, because you poured into someone that didn't know how to meet you halfway. They wanted to do things for like you was a cloud chasing or fame and talk about you like a bad habit, but that wasn't part of your vocabulary and it's just different. Always be yourself. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and just because you're being gang stalked, never allow that to make you feel like you're not beautiful, you're not handsome, and you're not worthy of choosing you, because your voice does matter. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and especially when I'm doing it for like you, the cloud chasing or fame. when them think you're crazy, but you fall from that because you know what you experienced. I'm Naya, Genuine Respect. Today's currently October 20th, 2005. Have a good day. I gotta go!